Did you see the movie Maverick?
That was last summer, right?
Well, kind of this summer, early this summer, yeah, with the new Tom Cruise and I don't want to be a spoiler here, but where they find some older F-14s and they take on the bad guys.
Got to take on them. I love wingmen. Like Goose. Is Goose in this one?
No, Goose is dead in this one. That was the first one where
Goose's son's in this one.
Goose's son and he becomes Tom Cruise's wingman.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. Well, too bad. We'll send you $2. Well, here we go. We're outside today. It's a beautiful day here in August. Not the dog days of August, but it's the cat days of August.
Meow.
And thank you, Brad. And Brad, do you feed your cat dry cat food or wet?
We go dry in our house. How about you?
We go both because I want my orange cat to keep really fat. I tell you, in my world, I had a cat called Fat Pajamas that had a bunch of teeth pulled, so we had to go wet. And then everybody kind of got hooked on wet. So now we do wet and dry, and sometimes they throw up. Another story. Hey, we're again still outside, and it's getting what, Brett? A couple weeks before?
Yeah, it's getting close to workshop week, and some of our colleagues are already in, and I've been doing some stuff getting ready for school. But once that workshop week starts, it's kind of hard to go from 0 or 40% in the summer of working to 100%. And one of the things Roger and I have been talking about is we tend to get burned out quickly, burned out of meetings, just want to get into our classroom, get planning and getting work done. And one of the things that we were thinking about to help alleviate that is to incorporate the concept of a wingman or a wing person. Interact with your colleagues, spend some time getting to know them if they're new or if you haven't interacted with them much.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what are some ideas you have, Roger, within this busyness of the first week or so to improve that collegiality?
Well, no matter if you're a veteran or first-year teacher, you can't feel alone, that you're in this alone. It's so easy to feel, I mean, you don't want to say how hard it is. You don't want to say about your difficulties to a principal or you feel you're being judged. But it's so important to have this collegial interaction to realize you're not alone. You have the same concerns that your neighbor down the hall does about classroom control, about how to meet and interact with new students. And to take the time to do that, to take some time and find out what other teachers are thinking about the new year. Go ahead, Brad.
So some ideas that we have, we know that there's a lot of expectations and things thrown at you and things you need to do that first week of school or that first workshop week. So some ideas we have to connect with other people is try bringing in some coffee. Texting your colleagues and saying, hey, I got coffee here. You know, maybe it's 15, 20 minutes before that first meeting, or you meet some people out for coffee before or something to drink afterwards. One thing that I've noticed is that when I get back into the routine, I just want to get things done and push right through, and I feel overwhelmed and I got a lot of stuff to do. But to relate that to working out or to practicing a new piece of music, you can't do the same thing over and over again for 6-7 hours without taking some breaks. And one of the things that I think might lead to that burnout feel, especially going from like 30-40% to all of a sudden you're back in at 100%, is not taking that time for a break. Maybe you need to go out to lunch with your colleagues. I know a lot of them will say, oh, I just want to get this done. But they'd be more productive. we'd be in a better frame of mind by taking that time to just take a break and get a sandwich or take a walk and have something to drink while you're walking, rehydrate before you get back into that next meeting or that next planning session.
You know, these meetings, I remember as a teacher thinking, just let me in the classroom, I got lesson plans to do. And the principal would say, we're going to do a 2-hour block about our new technology and attendance taking. And a lot of that comes from on high, that their school or a principal is told you have to cover these areas. So one technique is not to fight it. I mean, go with the flow.
There's just things you got to do.
Things you got to do, pieces of your life and time during workshop week that you just have to give in. There's no use being grumpy and complaining inside about it. And I think that's one technique that'll help you get ready for the school year, to realize everybody is doing their job. Nobody wants to steal time from you, but to realize that, and then Brad, how do you, in these breaks with other teachers, how do you not buy into negative griping about things? What do you do when a teacher starts to get negative at your little coffee thing you're going to have before school starts?
Maybe you just change the subject. It's neat at the beginning of the year because you've got like 2.5 months of stuff that you could talk about.
True.
Ask them about their kids. Tell them about what you did this summer. Ask them about their pets. Hey, did you learn something new?
Ask them about their cats.
Yeah.
Oh, you get about if they have cats.
And that's the neat thing about, and we started by talking about food for cats, but food for people.
Oh,
talk about where they went to eat. Is there a new food they tried? I don't know. I think making it about the relationship more than it is even about the educational aspect is what you need. You need to take those breaks during the day, especially when they become long listening sessions, because you haven't done it all summer. Try to stay positive, and if nothing else, it's that little thing in the day you're looking forward to that helps give you some energy to get through it.
Absolutely. To get through it. Getting through it, getting past workshop week, get to the classroom. Most all teachers are excited about the new year. They're apprehensive. They're like that stand-up comedian who goes in front of 20,000 people and does stand-up. You need some excitement. You need a little maybe fear before you go out there. And I think talking to colleagues, you can establish that confidence that, hey, we're all in this together. We're all wanting to help kids, and not to rely on just yourself, but to have that wingman or wing people out there to realize I'm not alone, and I can beat the enemy, if you will. The enemy isn't students. The enemy is
maybe time
or
lack of,
and the enemy is stress. That it's going to be another good year.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Remember to love your cats.
But you got to love kids more.
That's right. Take care.